Here we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this evening's call. It's lovely to have you here. And we are today talking about how to maximize your benefits for those who have a doTERRA account. So if you're watching this call, the chances are you do have a doTERRA account, and it's just how to really get the most from that. So you can obviously buy a starter kit, have those oils, never do anything again. And that's not going to change your life. It might be nice to have some oils for a little while, but having a doTERRA account really is a life-changing thing. So excited to talk to you about how you can maximize. So hopefully, if you have got this far, then you know you have a doTERRA account, and that gives you actually 25% off everything in doTERRA, and you get the wholesale price as a customer. So that lasts for 12 months. You can renew your account after 12 months. It costs £18, but they send you a free peppermint, which I think is worth like £24 or something. So it's essentially, you know, make money on renewal if you want to. You're never forced to do anything, but yeah, if you want to, you can do so. Logging into your account is really simple. You just go to mydoterra.com, and then you put in the email that you registered with or your doTERRA ID, and then your password. And if you've forgotten your password, you can do the forget password thing, and it's very easy to get in. So once you get in, it looks something a little bit like this, and you are free to shop anything that you like. So if you're wanting to refresh some oils that you've run out of, or try some new oils, or have a go at some of the supplements or some of the amazing cleaning products that they've got, or the skincare, hair care, or any of the low tox products that doTERRA sells, this is where you can come and get them at that 25% discount. So there are two ways to order. So if you have an account, you can just do a standard order like that with your 25% discount, or you can do a loyalty order, which gives you even more benefits. So you can completely choose what that looks like. But if you are wanting to do the loyalty order, which is really beneficial, when you come to this home screen, you'll see here there's absolutely nothing that tells you that the loyalty program is absolutely amazing. In fact, I will circle if you go to the cart in the corner, or to the shop button, or shop and offer, anything like that, it's going to create a basket that is not on the loyalty program and will just be a standard order. Still 25% off, but just that's it. But I do want to talk to you about the other way you can order, which is the loyalty program, and just what those benefits are. So it's completely optional, but it does mean ordering something every month. So it's like having a monthly wellness box, but there's no minimum. So it can literally just be that if you want to switch your toothpaste over to the doTERRA toothpaste, and you order one a month. And I've got a whole presentation on why that's a brilliant idea to do that. But certainly I'm using doTERRA's toothpaste and their deodorant. I'm using their hair care products. I make my own perfume using their oils. I make my own cleaning products using their oils, and I use lots of their ready-made products for my skin and hair, and the hand wash and the laundry and that sort of thing. So all the things I used to buy from the supermarket, I now buy from doTERRA. So it is obviously a continual need, just like I was always adding a couple of bits every time I used to go around the supermarket to my shopping trolley each week. There'd be something that we would need in the house, but they were obviously full of toxins and fragrance and all that sort of stuff. And when I added it up, I was actually spending anywhere between £50 and £100 a month on those store-bought cleaning products, body products, pharmaceuticals, like anything from the pharmacy, first aid, or things like shampoo and sunscreen and hand wash and toilet cleaners, blah blah blah, laundry powder, fabric softener, all the above. Once you add it up, and there are always little things that I was putting in my trolley. So it's just about, even if there is one thing a month, then it's really beneficial to be ordering it from doTERRA. So if you do switch these things to that low tox, healthier option, you can have them delivered to your door, and that is even if it is just one thing a month, and it's certainly worth checking out the loyalty program. So the commitment is ordering one thing a month, but the date that gets shipped is completely flexible. You can change it. So it could be the beginning of one month and then the end of the following month. So almost have like a 2 month gap. Like, so if you were going away or something, it's very flexible, and it's fully customizable. So you choose exactly what gets shipped. And of those people who join doTERRA, about 65% of those who ever join just with that starter kit will go onto the loyalty program, and that's basically everyone who actually knows about it and knows how generous it is, because it's a really generous program, and if you are switching to low tox, obviously makes sense. So I'm going to run through a couple of the benefits of that. So firstly, you get your shipping reimbursed on every order. So they have a standard flat rate shipping in doTERRA, £4 or £4.80 once you add the tax on. And they give you 4 points back, which is worth like £4. So you get that back for every order. And it doesn't matter how many orders you do, you'll always get that back if you do your order on the loyalty program and not just as a standard order. You can also earn points back for your purchases, and I'll run through what that looks like. If you order over 125 points in any month by the 15th of the month, you will be sent a free oil. So that's different every month. We find out on the first of the month what that is. So this month, for example, it was the Shinrin Yoku blend, which is the forest blading blend, which I'm very happy about receiving. If you are a wellness advocate and sharing the oils with other people, then you will earn commissions from anyone else who orders. And obviously, the main benefit of ordering regularly, at least one thing a month, is that we're going to be healthier and better versions of ourselves. So if we look at the points, we're quite used to loyalty programs and earning points off things. But if we compare it to something like the Nectar scheme at Sainsbury's, where if you spend £1, you receive a point, but it ends up when you look into their point system, you get 0.5% back on what you're spending. Boots is actually better. You get 3% back. I've actually found an even better one in the UK at 4% back at Holland and Barrett. But with doTERRA, it starts at 10%. So when you first join the program, you're literally 3 times better than the Boots program. And it grows by 5% every third month. So it goes from 10% to 15 to 20 to 25 until 30 is the maximum. So if you're in the program for a year, you're getting 30% back on everything that you buy. So it's an incredibly generous program. I get 30% back on everything on top of that 25% discount. So I'm just going to give you a breakdown of what that looks like. So if your order is between 1 and 49 points, you keep any points that you've got, so you're still in the program and you get your shipping back. If your order, is 50 points or more, then the same deal, you get your shipping back and you keep your points, but that's where you'll earn your 10 to 30% back, depending how long you've been in the program. And for every third month that your order is over 50 points, that's when it moves up to the next level. So it doesn't matter if you do a 50 point, and then a 10 point, and then a 50 point. That third month doesn't have to be consecutive that you do the 50 points. It will move you up. So it doesn't matter if you have smaller months. If you're ordering over 100 points or more, then that's when you can earn commissions from other people. And if you order 125 points by the 15th month, you get that free oil. So you can choose what level each month. You can do a small order one month and a bigger order than another month. You're not locked into anything. If you do want to leave the program, you can at any point. I just recommend you spend your points first, because if you leave it, you can't spend them. And obviously, if you were to start back in the program, you'd start back at the 10%. So it's very, very generous. And yeah. I can't remember the other thing I was going to say. It will come back to me. So when you log into your account, we can see here that every place is kind of leading us away from the loyalty program, doesn't sort of highlight it at all. So finding it, this is sometimes a little bit tricky. Actually, if you scroll down on the laptop, you will see there is the loyalty basket here. So whilst it's not on that, it doesn't look like it's on the main screen. It's just there. It's just below, just there. If you scroll down, you will see your loyalty basket there if you've got one set up. But to set it up, you just go to the little account button here with the person, and it says there, my loyalty order. If it's your first time setting up, it might say create loyalty order. So that's where you find it. So when you earn points, you can then obviously redeem those for products. So I have just used some of my points to get a helichrysum and a melissa. So 2 really high value oils that I can't bring myself to pay for because they're really, really precious and quite expensive, but I've always got those oils for free, which I love, that I can get these precious, precious oils that are so amazing for my health. And I always get those, for free, which is amazing. So I'm going to actually log in and show you how to do it, because it is a little bit tricky, but please bear with me, because my ability to move around when I'm sharing on Zoom and that sort of thing is known to be not particularly great. Hang on a sec. Let me find where I've got it set up. Okay, if I share from here now, sorry, please bear with me. You don't have to be amazing at technology to run a doTERRA business, is what I've found out. Um, okay, I'm hoping that you can see, let me just stretch that you can see my screen here now. So I'm actually logged in. So this is the home screen with doTERRA. I'm hoping this is working. And we can see here, if I scroll down, that there's my loyalty basket. There it is. So if I go in, you can see here, this I've just spent a whole load of points, but I've already got 100 points here. And the points are roughly worth about £1. It varies depending on what you order, but they've still got 100 points worth of stuff to redeem. You can see I hit my 30% years and years and years ago. But I can edit this order. So I've done my October order. But if I were to, so now it's set up for November. So this is what I've got scheduled to come in November. If I want to use my points, let me just move my little face out the way. I just hit this little toggle button here. So it will tell you how many you've got. There is a £2 fee for redeeming points. So I recommend building them up. Like, don't just, some people just basically redeem a free thing with every order, but then you're paying £2 a time. The reason I was told for this is so that it's not considered, what you're earning for free isn't considered income. You don't have to declare it for tax purposes because you are paying to use your points. Therefore, it's considered, you don't have to declare it anyway. So that's what I heard. So anyway, I'm happy to build them up and use them. But you see, when we turn this toggle on, that these extra blue boxes will turn up underneath. And so it's a little bit confusing, but the number here is how many are sitting in my basket that I'm going to pay for. And then the number here is how many I will use my points for. So here, for example, the Copaiba, I've got one in my basket. If I want to, I'm going to use my points. I'm going to click +1 here, and it will have a little think about it. And you see it's basically gone to 0. So I'm now paying 0, and there's 0 in my basket that I'm paying for, but I'm purchasing with points. Yes, 1. And the points I've used is here, 43.5, and that will now have come off this, so I can see how many points left I've got here to spend. So I hope that makes sense. So there are a couple little quirky things with this for anyone doing it. A little while ago, doTERRA did a price increase, and in order to not have to jump up, because everything went up in the last couple of years, in order to not bump the prices up so much, what they did is they did a little bit of adjustment on the points, so that some of them, so in this case, the Copaiba, if I go, okay, let's put one back into the basket. You can see it's using 43.5 points, and if I were to pay for it, it's 43.5 points. But something like the lemon, it's 17 points. But if I use my points, it actually charges me more than they would give me. So you can see here it's 18.5 points. So some of these products, they have a little slight adjustment there. And that was to stop them having to put their prices up so much. So sometimes I think, oh, I've got enough points for that, but it's not quite. If you're not sure, you can literally just Google doTERRA price list. And I wonder if that will show up now. I'm hoping, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I just Google doTERRA price list UK, and you can see here it's got PV, so point value, and then points. So most of them, the oils, like it's the same to buy it, same to redeem it, same to buy it, same to redeem it. Here, the eucalyptus, if you were to buy it, it's 22 points, but to redeem it, it's 24.5. So sometimes there's just a little bit of discrepancy there. So just to keep your eye out for that. These are just the little quirks I want to point out to make sure that you're making the most of your account. Things like where there isn't just pure oil, so something like the toothpaste, or where they have to source other ingredients that they don't have ownership of. So things like the supplements or the toothpaste and those sorts of things, the point value of those products tends to be further away. So it's 6.5 points for £10, whereas usually, oh, hang on, I need to plug my computer in. Sorry, I didn't realize that wasn't plugged in. So yeah, where normally the point value is fairly similar. So £38 to 43 points. It's kind of in the same region. But for products where they use other ingredients, the point value will be lower. But that means then when we're redeeming the points, that point value is going to come up more in reflection to where the price is. So it will be considerably more. So if I move that to paying that with points, instead of it being 6.5, it's actually 12.5. So just these are little things to look out for when you're redeeming, but generally it's very similar, especially for the oils. So I hope that makes sense. The other thing to look out for is when you redeem something. So if you're, say, wanting your free oil, and so your order needs to be 125 points, so we can see here my order is now 155. If I say, well, I'm going to use my points to get both of these copibas with my points, it's now bringing the point value of my order underneath where I would get, it's not going to trigger the free oil. So you can't redeem the points and earn as if you're spending the points. Redeeming and spending points is two different things. It's sometimes a bit confusing, but just make sure you're watching the point value of your order here, and how many points you've got here, and those sorts of things. And hopefully it will make sense. It's usually a bit confusing the first time you do it, but then once you've done it, it really does make sense. It's very easy, I promise. And if you aren't sure, then I do really recommend just reaching out to the person who introduced you to doTERRA, and they're going to be able to help you and show you and give you support. And if that's me, I'm always happy to help you. So let me just go back to sharing my screen here. Oh, there we go. Just put it back to the bit that you want to be seeing, not all my other bits and bobs. So yes, that's that. Hopefully that makes sense. Once you've done it once, it's very easy. So the other thing is special offers. So doTERRA always have every month, pretty much, as far as I've been in it, there's always one product a month that has 10% off. So that's quite a good way of building your oil collection as well, giving a go and seeing what they've got on offer. So yeah, it's usually just one thing. They also have occasional sales, like they had a little summer sale. So just check your emails, make sure you're signed up for the doTERRA emails. You can check their social media platforms. You can check our WhatsApp group, all that sort of thing, to see what's going on. And they do have something called BOGO. So BOGO is buy one, get one, buy one, get one free. And this happens approximately 3 times a year. And this is kind of a big deal. It's kind of like a frenzy. And sometimes it's what used to in the old days break the internet, but they seem to be more on top of their IT these days. But they literally have hundreds of thousands of people logging in at once. So if you're watching this live, then there is one actually starting tomorrow. If you're watching this replay at some point in the future, then there's most likely not one on right now, but always check your emails from doTERRA and our WhatsApp chat and stuff. But I'll go through the one that's coming up tomorrow. So that starts on the 21st of October 2025. So there's usually 5 offers, and so it will be buy something and get something else free. So tomorrow it starts buy On Guard, get the doTERRA Stronger, which is the kids immunity blend, for free. Buy Oregano, get margarine free. Buy Vetiver Touch, get the guacwood and balsam fir, which you can't normally buy, for free. If you buy Siberian fir, you get cedarwood free, and if you buy the Myrrh Touch, you get the brightening gel for free. So you can do any one of these offers, or you can do up to 5. You can do any offer up to 5 times. So you could get 5 On Guards and get 5 Strongers for free, or you could get one of each offer, or you could just buy the oregano and get margarine for free and do one of the others. You do whatever you like, but you can get up to 5 of any one of them, or combined. So the tip with this is to only add the paid for oil into your basket. So if you want to buy the On Guard and get the Stronger for free, please do not add the Stronger into your basket, because you will pay for the Stronger and then another Stronger will come with it. So if you add the On Guard in your basket anytime from tomorrow, from the day BOGO starts, it will automatically add the Stronger. Sometimes BOGOs do sell out. So again, just check your emails and check their social media platforms for stock levels to make sure that you're getting them. I definitely recommend jumping on day 1 if you can, because that's how you're going to make sure. Sometimes even then it sells on day 1, but I think they're better with stock levels than they used to be. There is also the BOGO box. So if you would like all of these offers, you can get it as a bundle, the BOGO bundle, and they give you an extra oil. So this time, if you get the bundle, you get a caraway for free on top of all the other freebies. So if you do that, just type the word bundle into the search bar, and that will come up as one item and one product. And you can get up to 5 bundles, or you could get a bundle and an extra one of one of the orders or whatever you like. So the BOGO tips are you can order up to 5 of each offer, only add the paid for oil. And yes, you can order a bundle or any BOGO offer on LRP, on the loyalty rewards program. So if it's over 50 points, you're going to be earning points on that order, which is absolutely amazing. So say, for example, if the BOGO bundle is what you chose to get and that was like 200 points, even if you were just starting out in the loyalty program, you'd get 10% of that back, which would be 20 points, which is about £20 back, that ready to redeem on a future order. If you're on the 30%, you get 60 points back, which is worth about £60. So that's on top of getting all those oils for free. You're also getting like £60 worth of oils like in the future. So it's very, very generous. It's very, very fun. And you cannot use your points to redeem the BOGO offers. So if you put that On Guard in your basket and use your points to pay for that On Guard, the free Stronger is not going to come with it. So that's the time when we can't use our points, but you can use commissions. So I just want to clarify the difference, because in doTERRA, there's 2 things we can earn. We can earn points, which we can spend on things. And that, for people that are not interested in ever sharing the oils or telling anyone that they use oils, they are customers of doTERRA, and most people, 85% of people, are just customers, not just customers, are wonderful customers, and they can earn points and get lots and lots of freebies in all the ways we've spoken about. But we can also earn pounds, like actual money, which is actual cash, and that's just another way of being able to get free stuff. So if you are not interested in ever sharing with anyone else or getting your oils for free, then you can shut your ears until they're more close to the end. But if you are interested in maybe finding ways that you could get your oils paid for, then I'll run through very quickly just a snapshot, because there's actually a lot of ways that you can do it. But these are the easiest ways to get that done. And you will always still earn points anyway, but this is on top of that. So if you introduce someone to doTERRA and you're on the loyalty program, that ordering that level of 100 PV, then you can earn commission from that. So say most people do start with the Home Essentials kit, so you'll receive 20% of the point value of that order converted into pounds, which works out to about £38. Now, because most people, like we said, about 65% of people who join doTERRA, they will end up joining the loyalty program and ordering regularly. If we teach them how they can actually live in a more healthy way, they will be ordering every month, even if it is just a small amount. So we actually continue to receive those ongoing commissions every single time those people order. So it's an amazing referral system where it actually builds community, builds incentive for people to keep supporting and educating people that have joined, so that they learn more about how to use these oils, because it's never ending how we can actually implement and use them in our life. And it obviously helps people in that way. So that's called Fast Start, when you actually introduce somebody to doTERRA. And there's quite a few different ways of getting paid, like I said, but that's just one way. There's also there's certain bonuses you can get with doTERRA. There's actually, I think, 4 or 5 different bonuses and you get paid all of them, like through different ways for the same order. The same order will trigger lots of different bonuses. So this one is just quite an easy one to achieve. And this is a way quite a lot of people on our team get their monthly oils box paid for. So if you are ordering 100 PV, which is how we get paid in doTERRA, on your loyalty program, and you have 500 points worth of people on your team, like you've introduced, who are also ordering loyalty orders. So that might be 10 people ordering 50 points in any month, or it might be one person ordering 500 points, and literally anything in between. So a simple diagram like this one here might be 4 people ordering the 125 points to get their free oil of the month, but it can look like anything, absolutely anything. But if you had this kind of setup, which can take a little time, but if you have a class, host a class, a few people join and they're using the oils, it's quite easy to achieve, but you'll receive £38 commission, plus the actual commissions from their order. This is just a bonus on top of that. And it is possible to double that to £76 quite easily as well. And I can show you how to do that. There is another level to that. So then if 3 of those people on your front line each have a pod of their own, they will obviously earn that themselves, but you will earn or receive £180, plus again the commissions from all of the people's orders in your team and it is possible to double that to 360. So this is quite a simple and easy setup to start getting your oils paid for. If you just have a sort of mini community yourself and you're just sharing the oils, even if you're not interested in the business, but you're interested in a sort of a hobby level, this is really quite achievable. There is one more level to this bonus. So if each of those 3 pods have their own 3 pods, then it works out to about £1,100 a month. So that's where someone could start supplementing their income, or looking at it for like a retirement, pension sort of setup or something like that. So again, this isn't the main way to get paid in doTERRA. It's actually just one of the bonuses that they give on top of the standard commissions. But it really does help cultivate your own oils team, like community, and you supporting, them receiving support from someone that they know directly, but they are also part of that wider team. So if you are watching this and you're part of my team, anyone you introduce becomes part of our team, my team, us together. So they will automatically have access to our boot camp and our ditch and switch program and our WhatsApp chat and our Facebook group, and access to all our most of our workshops at half price and all that sort of thing. So we do work collaboratively. So it's a really beautiful approach, and I'm absolutely happy to support anyone that wants to have that set up within our team. So in doTERRA, you can choose any of the pathways you like. So like I said, most people just want to live the oils, take the benefits for themselves, earn all the points, get all the freebies, use the loyalty program, and really just live the benefits of the oils. And that is totally fine and wonderful. Then there is the share pathway, which is having it maybe as like sharing with friends and families, hopefully getting your oils paid for. We can set you up in a way that will achieve that. And then there is the build aspect, which is really treating it as a business like I do. And yeah, so whichever pathway is of interest to you, I'm here to guide and support you with whichever way that looks like. So the other thing with doTERRA maximizing your account is the training. So everybody who has a doTERRA account has access to training.doterra.com. You literally log into it exactly the same way you log into your account, and doTERRA has lots of trainings in there. So you'll see most of these here. There's loads more than this, but they've got them on the Serenity Sleep System, the Meta Power, the Shinrin Yoka, which is that gorgeous forest bathing blend that's free this month, and the probiotics. There's business courses in there as well. So if you're interested in the business, so just literally put your ID in, or your email and your password, and you have access to all of that from doTERRA. We also have all our own trainings on our own team, like our bootcamp and ditch and switch program and all that sort of thing. So anyone that doesn't know how to access that, please reach out to me and I'm very happy to help you. And again, if you introduce somebody to doTERRA, they have access to all of that as well. So yeah, just let me support you in supporting them, and let me support you in getting the most from your account. So the other thing is, if you have any problems with your orders or your account or anything with the system, please reach out to customer service or member services. They are amazing. Like, I feel like it's calling Disneyland, that they're always happy and they're always helpful. I've found if you find one that's not, I would just say, oh, thanks very much, hang up and call back, because there's 99% of them that are there are just so lovely. So if that's not, you're not having that experience, so just call back. But I actually had a problem. My precious order that has the Melissa and Helichrysum in it, actually, this is the first time this has happened in 12 years, is that it said it was delivered and it wasn't delivered. And I've been 4 days in communication with Every, and it's got me nowhere. I've been really worried about it, because they're obviously highly prized oils. And I literally sent an email to European orders at doTERRA.com this morning at about 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 they had already replied and shipped out a replacement order. Absolutely incredible. They are so responsive and so lovely, and they want their customers to be happy. So I was absolutely just so impressed, and every time I've had any issues, I've been so impressed with how they've helped me. So please do contact them with anything to do with your account, and they should be able to help you. So I will turn off the recording now, and then if anyone has any questions, then just let me know.